Of luck for the rest of the year, and of course his team. And it's always a pleasure playing against you. You are a big champion. For me, you're the greatest player ever.
Pick one player to save your life.
Nadal on clay.
Rafa.
Nadal.
When I turn up at tournaments, I do sometimes feel as if all the others must play much better tennis than me. But when we get out on court, because I'm a fighter and I really hate losing, things tend to level out.
Here he comes, young Nadal. In the words of Moya, he is the best 16-year-old he has ever seen.
That's something that you come out, you have this desire, this will, this need to want to succeed at all costs, and he has that. That's what makes him great. That's what great champions are when you go down with the Mac, Connors, Borg.
The world number one leading the way behind a man who very well might become the world number one day. A quite astonishing win by a young man whose progress is so fast, so rapid, that one wonders where it will all end.
The desire he has, well, he's already a tough player to face, and one day he could be almost unbeatable.
In the Nadal camp, and he holds aloft. Well, they're loving it. Absolutely marvellous agility and racket-head skill at full stretch from both.
The movements, that's the main thing. Movements and measure the balls that you can take risk, or the balls that you don't need to take that risk.
Nadal camp overjoyed that he has won 3 tournaments in a row.
It's not about the surface, no. It's about your moment and your personal feelings. You know, when you play on clay, it doesn't mean that you have to play all the time with big topspin. And you know, when you have the confidence, of course, you have to play with topspin, but you can go in and go for the winners with flatter shots. No. I don't see a reason why not. So it's about the personal moment that you have on clay. In my opinion, the beautiful thing about this surface is you can play different ways and you can still have good success.
It's a Rafa special, the first one of the final.
Oh yes. He's done it. Federer.
to be a legend. A legend was born today. Roger Federer has an equal.
It's brilliant! Absolutely sensational!
No risk of rain today, just a glorious English summer's afternoon. Welcome to the start of Wimbledon 2008.
I've seen a lot of tennis matches, and I've commentated a lot and watched a lot and played a lot. If you add everything together, there's no question in my mind overall, the 2008 match between Rafa and Roger was the greatest tennis match ever.
Later, I know I play against the best player of the world and the best player here on grass, and I have to play my best tennis all day. Only this way I have chances for win.
We'll see, you know, it really depends on how the match turns out. I hope I got that extra gear in case I need it, so it should be a good match.
There's a new man at the head of men's tennis, Rafael Nadal.
Well, difficult to describe in words that feeling. I only remember myself screaming, and yeah, difficult to talk about that. But when you see the images, you see how much mean for me and for all my team and family this moment. Yeah.
Wonderful court coverage from the man who refused to say no.
And there it is, a familiar sight. The 22-year-old from Mallorca, the world's best right now.
Oh, that is unreal. That's two scintillating forehands in the last 10 minutes from Rafa. Look at the banana he gives this one.
Oh, he's got it in. What an extraordinary point.
It's been wonderful for the game. He's promoted this sport in the best possible way. He's got a huge fan base, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are Rafa fans, and he deserves everything and all the praise he deserves, and he's a great person, so...
Djokovic did absolutely nothing wrong. Remember, Nadal is match point down.
Nadal set for his fourth-round encounter against a gentleman he knows pretty well, and they had a very heated encounter where they played in Rome. And his run of 4 consecutive French Opens ends.
Should I say I'm sorry when I'm like the happiest moment of my life? Why should I say I'm sorry?
The funny thing was, when I saw that he's standing there and Verdasco hit it back to him, I thought for sure he's going to go up the line.
Verdasco se resiste, él se de Monte-Carlo, pero ahora sí se reboza por esta pista mítica.
And a brilliant victory.
Oh, can you believe it?
Oh, come on, Rafa Nadal! Out of nowhere.
You know, this court is different than the rest of the surf races because you can enjoy. You can go to the net, you can play a slice backhand, you can play aggressive. More difficult to play defending here. All my life dreamed to play well here, so I always worked a lot in all aspects to try to have the good game to play well here. The main thing I think is if you want to play well, you want to find a way. So if you really want to play well in one surf race and you are a good player, I think in the end you want to find a way, and play for me on grass always was my dream, and play well here was all my life a big goal for me.
Triumphs.
Nadal is on his way here. You can see the drop shot coming. Yeah.
More difficult tournament for me to play. More difficult conditions to adapt to adjust my game in this court. For the balls, for the court, for everything. In Australia, anyways, it is hard. The ball, the bounce are higher. So, and in Wimbledon, it's true I have to adjust a lot my game to play in Wimbledon. But in my opinion, playing Wimbledon for me always wasn't that bad, because one of the most important things on Wimbledon is the movements, and I think my movements are good to play well in that surf race. What I said to myself is I did another time, so I can do it another time. So just be there, fight every point, and try to play with high intensity all the time. So I know if I play with high intensity, put a lot of balls inside, play long, finally I think he can be more tired than me. So.
Sensational.
man.
Recuperarme.
To recover.
To recover, and that's what I gonna try. I'm gonna work very hard to come back as soon as possible.
Receiving further treatment from the trainer here on this change of ends for
And the quest for the Rafa Slam is over. For the time being, anyway.
I get used to play with pain for a long time. I had some problems in my career, different ones, and tennis is a mental game, physical game. So if it's something new, always it's tougher to control. It's something that you already had for a while. You understand a little bit more what's going on, and the problem is if the pain is too much and that limiting your movement, so then it's impossible to compete at the highest level.
To win Roland Garros 1 time, it's almost impossible. To win it 5 times, it is impossible. To win it 10 times, I don't know the word.
And win this tournament that is so physically taxing and mentally taxing against some of the all-time greatest players, and Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer and Andy Murray and Stan Wawrinka and all these great competitors that he's playing in this time, is for him to do it is extraterrestrial.
Ladies and gentlemen, today he has won his 10th French Open title, Rafael Nadal.
If ever a player had ownership of an event, it is Rafael Nadal.
My goal is all the time and all my life was the same. Is keep improving and feel myself better player next year than what I felt this year. And being better player doesn't mean you're gonna win more than you did, because win or lose sometimes is part of the moment.
The passion that he shows for the game, I don't think you've seen that on anybody. His passion for the sport, whether he's playing here or he's playing in a smaller event. So as the number 1 or the number 2, 3 or 4 player in the world, you're obligated to play all those events. You do your best, but you're looking forward to what history thinks of you, and that is Grand Slam events, Davis Cup or Fed Cup. And Rafael Nadal, he gives it his best. It doesn't matter where he is, and you've got to say a lot for that.
The king of the hill, the top of the heat, and the US Open champion.
night here in Melbourne. It promises to be.
With the hands, the athleticism.
That is truly the defining moment. It's the miracle in Melbourne.
A big surprise, no, and unexpected, as everybody knows, and especially as everybody knows in the world of tennis, the preparation was not the ideal one. No, I have been outside of the practice course and of the tour for 1 month and a half with a stress fracture on the rib, and then I have the foot that is something that stays there all the time. But
And what a time to... Would you believe it?
Ton of credit to Zverev, and he's even chasing this one.
How does he do it? Steals another point. In emphatic fashion.
me retiro del tenis profesional. And answering your question, what I'm gonna miss the most is probably almost everything. No, having a dream come true, be able to play for almost 20 years of career, being competitive, and having the chance to play in the best places in the world, no? Best tournaments, best stadiums, something that I watched on TV when I was a kid. So at the end, I realized my dream to become a professional tennis player and be a successful one. No? And I really can't thank enough the support and the love that I received all around. No?